dear students, welcome back. Today we will study lesson 7 to understand the converse of Pythagorean theorem. Use your book and open page 388. First of all, the converse of Pythagorean theorem means if we have the side length of a triangle, can we determine or prove if the triangle is right angled or not? The main idea that if we have any triangle and if we know the side length A, B, C, and C is the longest side, how to check or how to determine if this triangle is right triangle or not. Of course, right triangle means a triangle which has right angle. The first step is don't begin with the longest side. Begin with A and B and check if A squared plus B squared is this equal to C squared or not. This is our question. If yes, if A squared plus B squared equals C squared, if yes, then this triangle is right triangle. A right triangle. Okay? If no, then this triangle is not a right triangle. Example, triangle ABC whose sides length 3 centimeters, 4 centimeters, 5 centimeters. The question is triangle ABC right triangle? And explain. The first thing we said, don't begin with the longest side. Begin with the two other sides, 3 and 4, and find 3 squared plus 4 squared, and we must check if this equals 5 squared or not. Now 3 squared, of course, it's 9. 4 squared, it's 16. Is this equal to 5 squared? It's 25. Of course, 9 plus 16 is 25. Of course, 25 is exactly equal to the right hand side. So both sides are equal. Then this triangle, yes, it's a right triangle. Yes, right, it's a right triangle. Okay, are you happy with this? If yes, go to the next question. Try it in the same page 388. Try it. You can stop the video and solve this question. Have you finished? Yes. Okay, now check your answers with me. The question is, triangle has side lengths 4 inches, 5 inches, and 7 inches. The question is this triangle a right triangle? Of course, we must check that if A squared plus B squared equals to C squared or not. A and B are the smaller sides, so begin with 5 and 4. Because 7 is the longest side is C. So now 4 squared, this is the first gap, plus 5 squared, does it equal to 7 squared? Find the value. Of course, 4 squared is 16. 16 plus 25. 16 plus 25 is 41. So now 41 doesn't equal to 49. So this triangle, this is 4 squared plus B squared, A squared plus B squared equals C squared? Yeah, no. Then the triangle is a right triangle? No, it's not. Are you happy with this? If yes, Go to the next page. Okay, example 2, page 389. Example 2, we have a triangle whose sides 7, 24, 25. Read this example. At this triangle, a right triangle. Read. If you have any problem in this example, inform me. If not, go to the next question, try it. This question speaks about triangle whose sides are 10 feet, root 205 feet, and root 105 feet. Is this clear? Yes. At this right triangle, explain. Of course, we must check if a squared plus b squared is equal or not to c squared. C squared is the longest side, but where is the longest side? We have irrational numbers here. This is a rational number, but we have a square root here. This is a rational number, and this is a rational number. Which is the greatest? Remember how to know which is the greatest side or the greatest number. We can square all of these numbers. 10 squared is 100. Squared means power 2, and root 125 power 2. Remember that the square or power 2 is the inverse operation for the square root, so power 2 goes with the square root, so it's 205, and square or put power 2 for this number, of course, power 2, and it's the inverse operation for square root, so this is 105. Now this is the longest side here, so this is A and this is B. Okay, take these quantities and find 10 squared plus root 105 squared. If this quantity equals to this quantity equals to root 205 squared or not? Of course, we said that 10 squared is 100, and this number power 2 is 105, so plus 105. Does it equal to, and power 2 or the square of this number is 205. Add now 100 plus 105, it's 205. It's exactly equal to the right hand side. So yes, this triangle, yes, is a right triangle. Yes, right triangle. Is this clear now? Again, 10 squared, root 105 squared is 105, and root 205 squared is 205. Of course, 100 plus 105 equals 205. Both sides are equal, so yes, this triangle is a right triangle. Are you happy with this? If yes, go to the next page. If no, try to solve this question again. Now, page 390. Go to page 390. Question 4. Can you please stop the video and solve question 4? Have you finished? Yes? Okay, now we'll do it again to check your answers. Is the triangle a right triangle? Explain. The side lengths are 6, 8, and 10. I'll draw it again here. 6, 8, and 10. Of course, many of my students will say that this triangle 6, 8, and 10 is a right triangle, but the question here, explain. So we must show why it's a right triangle. Of course, don't begin with the longest side. We'll start with 6 and 8. 6 squared plus 8 squared. Is this equal or not to 10 squared? 6 squared, what's 6 squared? It's 36 plus 48. Is this equal to 10 squared or not? Of course, sorry, this is 64 for 8 squared. 36 plus 64 is 100. And 10 squared is 100. Of course, they are equal. Okay, so yes, this triangle is right triangle, and this is why. This is the reason. Now go to question 5. Okay, it's good to stop the video and do it yourself as usual. After finishing, go back to the video to check your answers with me. Okay. Question 5. Of course, from the figure, 8 is the longest side. We have 3 sides. 8 inches and 26 inches and 28 inches. From the figure, 8 is the longest side, so use these the two other sides, then find 26 root 26 squared plus root 28 squared. Now the question is this quantity equal to 8 squared? As we said before, the square or power 2 is the inverse operation for the square root, so this is 26 only. Okay, and the same, this 28. Is this equal to 8 squared is 64? Add now. What's 26 plus 28? It's 54. Is this correct? Of course, 54 doesn't equal to 64. So if this triangle is right triangle, no, it's not a right triangle. Okay, now continue with me. Go to question 7.